Hi, I'm currently writing a book about the idea that chatbots are going to be the future of applications, and the book is going to be about how to design for this new future. The future of chat is sort of this image, where the ideal Amazon family is huddled around a device, and they're trying to interact with it in a natural language way, and the device will provide everything that they've ever wanted to their lives. But it's just one possible future, really. Because another possible future is this one, where we will glue screens to our eyes, and our overlords will be walking behind us to control whatever we will see on those screens. And there's even another possible future that's already here and is like sort of unevenly distributed, is where screens will be everywhere in the world around us. So these different futures compete with each other in many ways, and none of them really is going to win, but I think they're all going to be with us for a while. But then the question is like, what about apps? Apps were going to be the future, right? You know, I've heard so many business people shout into their phones that they need apps, 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 and this doesn't really bode well for them. Apps are doing well right now with technologies like React Native, that are really brilliant and are making creating apps a great experience for developers and users, and are finally bringing this web sensibility to the smartphones. But for some businesses, having an app is not really necessary anymore at all. Patagonia are just now sunsetted their application because they said, we've got a really good website, so this app is no longer necessary. I couldn't find the app anymore. So the web, yes, mission accomplished. Am I right? I mean, the open web has prevailed, and we have won, and everything can happen on the free internet. Well, I think this little guy might have something to say about that. The original conversational interface, a spruced up wizard brought to you by our great Microsoft, a wizard that still is somewhat embodied, which makes it such a nice figure, and has now resurged in our lives with Slackbot, which is nothing but a sort of a spruced up Clippy. It's in your office context, it promises to make you more efficient and make your life more fun, but in the end, I think it's kind of, so we made some chatbots last year, not Slack ones, but different ones. But last year we couldn't have really predicted how this space would explode right now. Like the chart you saw are all the applications and platforms that are out there right now. One of them is, for instance, Layer, which gives you a toolkit so that you don't have to design and develop your own messaging UI. That's very useful. They also provide a backend. Another one is, for instance, I think this is Conversant AI, which is a sort of a drag and drop tool where you can create your chat flow. So designers have always been asking me, what's the Photoshop for chat gonna be? Well, I think this comes along, is a long way in the right direction. Another one is, for instance, going up on the stack is something like with AI. There's a bunch of these out now where a really powerful natural language processing technology is now available and accessible easily. And you can even have open source versions of these that you can drop into your project. And there are entire platforms that nobody has ever heard of or used. Like, I don't know anybody who uses Telegram, but they've got like tons of users. And there's a bunch of these, and they also all have like huge facilities for conversational interfaces and bots that are on the platform. And in the end, all these bots, what does it amount to? I mean, we saw the example already. You can buy a plane ticket, or you can order a pizza in the conversational commerce approach, where you buy the thing, gives you stuff to buy. But a bit better would be, for instance, the MarsBot example by Foursquare, which knows you, which has a long-lasting relationship. It knows your data, it knows your history, and it recommends you stuff that you could enjoy, places nearby that might be nice. And MarsBot is a type of AI. It's a very thin AI. I mean, it's a restaurant AI, and there are AIs that are stupider than that, and there are AIs that are smarter than that. And all those AIs are in those chatbots, and I think that's what chatbots are right now. They are to AI what the light bulb was to electrification. So chatbots are the first ubiquitous, accessible manifestation of AI that we can actually touch and do things with. And that will grow further. So an open problem in chatbots right now is creating an interface that is more pleasurable to talk to, and more efficient to get stuff done with. And once we get that interface, I mean, just like this, who would ever want to talk to a human again?